Welcome to Single Fathers Club. My name is Raydell. Today we have my friend Byron, and he's a single father. How you doing today, Byron?
I'm doing good. I'm glad to be here. I am going to say you guys going to want to watch this, not just because I'm here to explain things, because he's promoting a lot, and I want to be a big part of this, and I believe in it.
So today we're talking about single parenting, being a single dad, co-parenting, situations that arise with being a parent, and being separated in a single parent situation. So, as a single dad, how does it make you feel? I mean, aside from the politics, how does being a single dad itself, how does that make you feel?
The one thing I can say about being a single dad is it means the water. I can see a waterfall. I get to see all the beauty in it, because when we're together, there's nothing that can take that feeling away. You will never, ever. I mean, some people will say, "Oh, I love this person, I love that person," but your child, your flesh and blood. I mean, that's my time. You know what I mean? That's my heart, and and each one of my kids, because I have kids, I get goosebumps right now. I got goosebumps thinking how much they make me smile, like, Dad. You know what I mean?
Okay, so that brings about my second question. So what's your biggest fear?
Well, my biggest fear is like someone breaking their heart. Because you have to let them grow up.
Wow.
They have to learn, and if you want to do the right thing, you have to let them learn. And no matter how much it hurts you,
that was a big lesson for me. I know my girls is probably like, Dad, you listening to yourself, listening to that, Dad?
But you have to let them learn. You out there, and like, yeah, I know this and that. I said, watch, you're going to be calling me up. Watch what happens. Dad, come get me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I said, put him on the phone. Put him on the speaker. That's different. Hey, nothing happened. But,
Have you ever shed tears in front of your kid? And so how'd that make you feel? If you did. If you didn't, then...
Okay, I'm going to tell you about an episode not too long ago, right? And my kids were, and this is a true story, they were lied to about a situation that's got touching, about me being away from them, and they were hurt. And my daughters are older, and she's going to be a doctor. She's been in school 40 years, 4 more. She's a doctor. She's been a doctor. She's already made everything she needs to do, and she's a nice, I'm proud of her, and she started crying. She said, Dad, my mom told me you left us, and then I never left, and I was writing the whole time. She dropped a tear, and the worst pain is when I knew what she felt, because she thought I abandoned them, and I had custody of them, and I dropped a tear. I had to turn, because I have to be strong for them, no matter what age you're, that's still your child. And we were talking, and nothing's ever going to go away. She called me right now, and I would dart, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But I mean, just because she's grown and she's doing her thing, and my kids are grown, they're always your child,
Do you raise your kids the way you were raised?
Not at all. Nothing like it.
Why is that?
Because I was mistreated. I found out other things that'll be in the book, But my parents wasn't too nice to me. They think beating was the way to go. You just hit them, and I promised myself I would never hit my kids, and that. It's not that the hits hurt me, right? It's the talking while I was getting my ass. I told your ass, you know what I mean, and stepping on you, you know,
Oh,
like,
no, well,
you know, like, you know, yeah, you know.
I got a couple tastes of that too. The
Yeah.
conversation.
And they get mad at you because the switch broke, you know what I mean? Hey, you got me a broken one? Yeah, did you get mad at me for that too?
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? I could get down and get another ass whip because I can't even grab the right one, you know? But I treat them a little different, and I talk to them more, and it works. I also moved them out of where I grew up from, so they never absorbed, because it makes a difference. They say you're not a product of your lifestyle, but it may not be a lifestyle, but you're going to walk down the street to the store, right? Mm-hmm. Now what happens on the way to the store? Either you learn how to adapt, you know what I'm saying, and fight, or you move to a different neighborhood where you can, hey.
That don't really work either. I moved from one neighborhood that I thought wasn't so great to a super duper, and it was just as bad as the other neighborhood. I was like, oh man. And I moved from Lakewood, Washington to Lake Stevens, Washington. Lakewood, Washington, your neighbor might just have some old dust and raggedy cars in his yard and, you know, whatever, regular life. You go up to Lake Stevens, my neighbors had airplanes and stuff, and I was like, okay, it's gonna be cool up here. No, they was just as bad as the other kids. Yeah, same thing.
You have to go where you fit in and your kids fit in.
And I even took it even further than there, because I went from Lake Stevens, which was super. I brought it back to Parkland, Washington, and then from Parkland moved to Spanaway, Washington, and all my neighbors were police, military, and then next thing you know, the police kids were breaking in houses, stealing guns, taking stuff. I was like, oh man, what'd I do? It wasn't no good for my family, my unit either. What advice can you give to a young man who's just now getting a load dropped on him? You're now a single father, by yourself. You gotta handle it. What advice can you give?
First thing you do, very first thing you do, is you make sure your child is in a good place. I'm gonna make sure I do everything I need for this child. I have to run here. If I'm not in the right position to do it, let me go ask for help, because right now that's important. Whatever I got to do, this child I'm going to have to take care of this child. So if I have to go to extra lanes, I got to make sure this child being protected. No matter what this mother is doing, don't worry about what she's doing. You got to worry about you as a man, that when something happens, this baby is safe. This is my child. You know, this baby is never going to go without, you know. And then everything else later, you know what I'm saying? You know, and if you ain't got it, it's okay to ask for help, you know, because if you don't ask, you don't know. Like, not everyone has the knowledge. So you reach out for somebody who does. Yeah. And this is exactly what this show is for.
Yeah.
And it's for people to get knowledge, like, because you don't get here easily. You have to learn it, and then you appreciate it, and then you start thinking, well, I'm not the only one.
I didn't think I was the only one.
Yeah.
Boy, I sure didn't know there was as many as there is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of single dads out here. There's a lot of single parents, period. You know, don't get me wrong, but there is a lot. But as far as men, it's always been, I'm gonna provide. I'm gonna be a provider.
Yeah.
You know, and then switch up from providing to being a nurturer. You know. A combo, actually.
Yeah.
You can't quit providing. You got to keep on providing.
You got to keep doing everything.
Add that nurturing in there, which I found myself. It was kind of rough at first.
Yeah. Daddy, come here. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Daddy's trying to do this. Yeah. Like, stop talking to that person. What are you doing? Like, that was the first thing. Like, whoa. You know what I mean? If someone sat by me, my daughter, right? I swear, she can fly, you know what I mean? I'm just sitting down, some innocent person just came and sat by me, poof, right between us, and she's like, I said, whoa, you better not talk to me, you know what I mean? I said, the daughter's putting it down, you know, Daddy's single, this is the only woman in his life, you know.
Is there something you'd like to add in closing, or, you know, that you like to talk about?
Only thing I would say is, I appreciate being here. I love it, and it's gonna really help a lot of people. Contact the show, make a lot of thoughts, put input, get in. What can you do as a single parent? What can you do as any parent? What would you do if someone was hurt, a kid was hurt? There's a lot of mothers out here that want to get involved, and here's your chance. And I would.
We love help from single mothers, or from mothers at all that
Yeah.
can give us some tips, you know.
How can we help? Because I need some help. I need some help.
I appreciate you coming.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, sir. We'll have you back again and check
Yeah.
upon you and see how everything's been. And don't forget to check out Single Fathers Club every other Tuesday. We went a little fast last year, tried to do it every Tuesday. It wasn't cool.
Yeah.
Every other Tuesday. And we'll have new film out and new docs that where you can see what's going on, you know, with The Simpsons. And I'm going to try and get out there and document some other single parents and see and show what they're doing, because it's not all about me. Alrighty, and see you next time. Thank you.
Are you about to go try something for my daddy?
You better respect my daddy, cause he ain't playing.
My daddy takes care of me. My daddy takes care of me. My daddy takes care of me. If you love me unconditionally, yeah.
My children is my soul. It's tatted on my arm, and this is how it goes. It goes K-Shell, Kalia and Kamaya, DeMarcus and Kiera. That's why I'm inspired. That's my future, along with my wife. It makes it worth the fight. That's why I'm blessed with life. Us as brothers not getting enough credit for our fatherhood. So it's time for us to make a change and make it understood that it's all good. I sacrifice my life for my kids to have a meal. Man, that's so real, straight from the heart. No more spending time apart. It's time to do our part in our kids' life. Stand up and do what's right. Yeah, I know every dad feel this. Ain't nothing like your junior or your little princess. Watching them grow, sit down and good roll. Mold them right next. God to bless their soul.
Take care of me.